Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my first video, so please be kind. I'm hoping to show you my whole chair refurbishment project. I have already completed one of the two chairs that I've got, and I have learnt a lot from doing that first chair. I've got so many different ideas to show you, but today's video is going to be what tools I used, what I think you might need if you're going to take on this sort of a project. I've got all my tools ready, so hopefully they will be useful for you to see. Let's get started. So I've got all of my tools that I used when I did my first chair refurb just here to show you all, and I will start from the top. The order that I'm going to show you these in isn't indicative of how important they are or anything like that. It's just the things that I used in my chair refurb. So first of all, I used two different sets of pliers. The first one is a long nose plier, so it's really easy to get behind the staples with these and just give them a little twist out. Some of the more stubborn ones that were stuck into the hardwood on the chair needed a bigger pair of pliers with a bit of a better grip on the bottom here, so I used this pair. Next was this staple remover. I used a staple remover for the second chair to take out all of the staples that were holding on the original fabric. This is quite easy to use, and all you do is push this part underneath the staple and give it a little wiggle down and it lifts it up, and then you can use your little long nose pliers or your other pliers to pull them out. In some instances this thing actually pulls the whole thing out. I was using a chisel to start with, and I still do need to use the chisel on some of the staples that are really well stuck in. I've been a little bit anal, I suppose, about making sure that I've got out as many of the staples that I can. So the ones that are really well stuck into the wood, I've just used the sharp edge on the chisel here, and I've just really gouged them out, I suppose. I don't know whether I should be doing that particularly, but it worked quite well for me. On my list is a screwdriver. Doesn't have to be an electric screwdriver, doesn't have to be like this, can just be a normal screwdriver. You might not need this. The only reason that I've got it is because my chair has feet on it, and I have removed them for making it easier when I am manoeuvring my chair on my bench. I didn't want to accidentally snap off a leg or break a screw in a screw hole and end up not knowing how to put another screw in and make it secure when I do put the leg back on. I absolutely love this. I bought this because the one I first bought from Amazon Prime was a manual one, and I thought I am going to be here forever with this thing. It was going to make my arms ache, my hand ache. I thought I'm not going to get the amount of work done that I want to get done, so I bought this. This one was about £50. I got it from Amazon Prime. You might be able to get it cheaper, I don't know, but I just wanted to get it next day so that I could crack on with my project. It comes in a box with its charging cable, and it's just a plug-in job. It doesn't have a cradle or anything like that for it to go in, and it also comes with 1,000 staples, and it comes with these ones, which are the 10mm. I'm not sure what size I've got in there at the moment, but these are 10mm, and you get 1,000 in a box. I also bought some 8mm, I think I want to say 8mm. So in this clip here, I just wanted to show you how the staple gun works. So it's just pushing in that little end piece on the gun, but if I don't push it in far enough, it won't work, so you can't accidentally shoot yourself. This is a piping foot which I used to do all the piping on the chairs. It's super simple to use. It attaches onto most modern sewing machines. I don't know whether it'll fit all of them, but most of them do have quite a universal attachment. I've just got a really basic Singer machine. I've had it for a really long time. It's got a little click on and off for the piping foot. I won't show you at the moment because I need 2 hands for that. And all you do is put your piping into these 2 channels underneath. You can do double piping, but I've not tried that yet. And it just runs along on your piece of fabric so easily, and just makes piping really easy and fun to do as well. So I would definitely recommend you get a piping foot if your project involves replacing piping. Next up is a good pair of fabric scissors. Make sure that you only use them to cut fabric, and I'll show you why in a moment. These were £4 from Wilko. They won't break the bank. They would be brilliant for this project, and in future if they do get used for other stuff, I'm not too bothered because they were only £4. But if you've got the money, get a good pair of fabric scissors. Mark them up like I have for fabric only, so that your family or other people that are around your scissors know not to use them for anything else, and keep them to one side, especially for your fabrics. You are going to need something to measure your fabric with. Even if you've made templates from your original upholstery fabric that was on the chair or whatever it is you're doing, you're still going to need to measure stuff. I would recommend going with a tape measure. It's much easier to measure stuff that's soft and pliable and bendy with one of these. I did start off with your old-fashioned metal tape measure. It was impossible to use safely, and I just don't think it's up for the job. So that got put to one side for when we're doing a bit more of an industrial project. But for measuring your fabric, measuring your chair, use a tape measure. So probably the most important thing that you're going to need when you're doing any sort of project, crafty, reupholstering, anything like that that involves tools and staples and things like that, is your safety goggles. You're going to need safety goggles because I had a few near misses. Those little staples fly around like maniacs once you start flicking them with your staple remover. You don't want to get one in your eye, it's going to hurt, and nobody wants to go to hospital, especially with the way things are at the moment. So make sure that you've got a really good pair of safety goggles. These ones have got protection all the way around the outsides of them, all the way up to my nose and all the way around. So nothing is going to get into my eyes. Even just dust and stuff. If it's an old chair and you're stripping the old fabric off, you could end up with dust or bits of food and gross stuff that was in the chair. If it was an old chair from somewhere that you've got, you don't really want that in your eyes. If that is the case as well, you may want to wear a dust mask. We've all got masks at the moment that we're wearing as a matter of course, so just pop one of those on. Protect yourself, it's really important. So that's the end of the tools video for part 1 of the chair refurb. I hope you found it useful, and I hope it really helps you when you're taking on your own upholstery project. If you want to know where I got anything from, it'll all be listed below in the description. I did buy everything myself, none of it was provided for me. If you've enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll consider subscribing to the channel so that you can see all the other parts in the reupholstery project videos. I'm thinking there's probably going to be maybe 8 different videos, so it'll be over the next 8 weeks or so. I'm not going to tie myself to a day at the moment when I'm going to upload, because I'm still learning how to edit properly and all that sort of stuff. Hopefully you'll bear with me on that front, and I hope you have a good day. Bye!